Welcome back! Today we're going to be talking about my favorite new adult books.
Hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no.
I was inspired to do this because I feel like I read a lot of new adult and I feel like new adult gets a bad rap. It's pretty problematic as a genre, but there are some gems. So I want to talk about the shitty books, I want to talk about the amazing books, so today we're going to be talking about the amazing books. I'm going to be breaking these up into different categories based on what kind of books I think you guys might be interested in and just kind of like the general themes. So the first one is going to be for people who like life lessons and finding themselves. That book would be A Different Blue by Amy Harmon. This book is about a girl named Blue Echohawk who is abandoned by her mother at a gas station at a very young age. She is taken in by a really kind man and is taught about the world, but is not enrolled in school until she's about 10 years old. Her life from there doesn't get much better. Sexualizing herself at a young age, making poor decisions in school when she does go to school, and she doesn't have much guidance until a teacher comes along. But it's not what you think. This teacher guides her, helps her from the path that she's been going on for most of her life, which is not a good one. She's intelligent but isn't able to kind of express herself with the situations that she's been putting herself in, kind of just like banging all the guys at her school. Eventually, I think 5 to 10 years down the road, they do engage in a romantic relationship, but that's not really what the book is focusing on. The book is about finding yourself, how your history doesn't have to be your future. It's about how motherhood kind of looks different for everybody. I just really liked this book. The next book I'm recommending to you guys is what I call a real life book. It's got good representation, and I already talked about it in my August wrap up, but that would be Flow by Kennedy Ryan. I really enjoyed this book. I thought it was amazing because you get a black rapper from Compton named Grip and his friend's sister named Bristol, who is from New York, really rich, upper crust, white woman, and it's about how they come together over the span of a week and teach each other lessons about life and, I don't know, fall for each other. There's no actual sex in this, which is why I think I preferred it to the follow-up book. Relationship develops before they actually consummate anything. I mean, I don't know what it's like to be a black man in America or the history of rap or what it's like to date a white woman as a black man in America. I think it stands apart from any other new adult that I've read. I would really recommend it to you. Next category is going to be Best Fluff - Sports. Any book by Elle Kennedy, whether it's her off-campus series or her new book called The Chase, you don't have abusive douchebag main character guys. They don't treat the women that they end up with like shit. I also think that her books keep getting better as time goes on. I really liked The Chase, which is her most recent book, because it actually addresses misogyny and the real world situations and brings kind of an element of like real world applicability to a book that's like kind of nonsensical, kind of just like fluffy. So I like that. I like having a touch of realism if I'm reading something that's a little unrealistic. Best Fluff - Gossip Girl fans. I would recommend the Calloway Sisters books by Krista and Becca Ritchie, which I'm going to put right here. I talked about one of their other series for my favorite male-male romances. This series is really not that much different. It is about the Calloway sisters. There's Lily, Rose, and Daisy. Parents own kind of like a Coke type company, so they're filthy fucking rich and they have their own reality television show. I would say don't read the Addicted series, because it's kind of the precursor to the Calloway Sisters book. I specifically didn't enjoy those, but I really did enjoy the book about Rose and Connor. I like the family dynamics in these books. Sometimes you just want to revisit your Gossip Girl trash days, and this is really what that is for. The next category is Gritty, Poetic, and Problematic. This book is a book that I don't think is for everyone, and in fact I know it's not for everybody, and it's Unteachable by Elliot Wake. This book is about a girl named Mace and her teacher Evan. Mace grew up in a shitty household with a mother who kind of didn't care what she did and who would always bring like random gross boyfriends home. So as a result, Mace uses her sexuality as a way to get what she wants in the world, as a way to bargain. I would find that problematic or find it worrisome if she wasn't so mature and self-aware. I really enjoyed the way that she wasn't a woe is me character. It wasn't something that she needed to change about herself. It was something that she was able to use to her advantage. And I liked that. She's unlike any other character I've read, and I actually kind of related to her in a way. That was probably my main thing, was that I liked Mace so much. And then Evan kind of helps her discover her youth, shows her all of these television shows and, I don't know, movies and shit from his childhood, gets her out of like the grittiness of her everyday life and into kind of a more imaginative space. Evan himself is not perfect, which I also really enjoyed. I feel like so often the teacher character in books has to be some perfect person who is going to teach the main character everything they need to know and is going to have no faults of their own. But Evan is pretty flawed, and I like that we discover his flaws near the end of the book. It definitely adds an interesting element. The writing style is fucking phenomenal. So colorful and lush, and I think you should give this a try. And then my last recommendation, I'm just gonna call this just problematic because it's just problematic. Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas. I fucking love Penelope Douglas and I love all of her problematic books. They all kind of focus on bullying, but this is one of those books that I stayed up till 3 a.m. reading, and if you know anything about me, I fucking love my sleep, so this was clearly something that I really enjoyed. It's about a boy named Misha and a girl named Ryan. They have been pen pals since 3rd grade, and they've been anonymous pen pals since 3rd grade. Neither of them know each other's identity. I think they're either 16 or 18 in the book when they finally find out who the other person is. We find out that Ryan is a bully and a bitch, a horrible person, and we find out Misha is a really sweet guy in a band, and they're forced to kind of reconcile the person that they've been writing to with the person that they meet in real life. I loved it. A super unique way of giving characters backstory without having to like give us an info dump of backstory, but also like understand why they would want to be together. I also just enjoyed how fucked up it was. It definitely has typical new adult elements is what I would say. If you don't enjoy dubious consent, or if you have like major issues with bullying, probably not going to be for you. The plot was hot, sex was fucked up, I'm here for it. But I thought the actual message behind the book was good. It's about self-acceptance and about figuring out who you are, not following what people tell you to do. Yeah. So those are all my recommendations for my favorite new adult books. Leave me a comment down below if you've read any of these books and enjoyed them, or let me know like what new adult books you like.